On a quiet stretch of coastline in 1948, the waves whispered secrets that would never be fully understood. Somerton Beach, a place of solace for the people of Adelaide, became the stage for a mystery that would echo through the decades. A man was found here, dead, no name, no identity, only a cryptic clue that would haunt investigators and the world for over 70 years. This is the Somerton Man, Australia's most perplexing unsolved mystery. A case that weaves together espionage, forbidden love, and a code that remains unbroken to this day. Who was he? How did he die? And why has his identity eluded us for so long? Join Obscura as we unravel one of history's greatest enigmas, a tale that will leave you questioning everything. It was December 1st, 1948, in Adelaide, South Australia. The world was still scarred from the Second World War, which had ended just 3 years prior. Australia, a key ally of the West, was navigating a new era of tension as the Cold War began to cast its shadow. Espionage, secrecy and mistrust were rife, even in a quiet coastal city like Adelaide. Somerton Beach, a serene escape just a short tram ride from the city centre, was a place where locals sought solace. Families picnicked here, children built sandcastles, and couples strolled along the shore, unaware that this peaceful spot was about to become the centre of an enduring mystery. The evening before, on November 30th, a couple walking along the beach noticed a man sitting against the seawall. He was well dressed, in a suit and tie, and seemed to be resting, or perhaps intoxicated. He raised his arm briefly, as if to light a cigarette, but the couple thought little of it and moved on. Little did they know they may have been the last to see him alive. At 6:30 a.m. the next morning, another couple spotted the same man, still in the same position, but now he wasn't moving. Concerned, they alerted the authorities. Police arrived to find the man dead, his body cold, a half-smoked cigarette resting on his chest. He appeared to be in his 40s, with an athletic build, greying hair and a clean-shaven face. His clothes were pristine, no signs of a struggle, but there was something deeply unsettling. He carried no wallet, no identification, not even a name tag. Even the labels on his clothing had been meticulously removed, as if someone, or the man himself, wanted to erase his identity entirely. His pockets offered little: a pack of cigarettes, a box of matches, a used bus ticket showing he'd travelled to the area, and an unused train ticket to Henley Beach, suggesting he'd planned to leave, but never did. The police were baffled. Who was this man, and why was he on Somerton Beach? Why had every trace of his identity been stripped away? The mystery of the Somerton Man had begun. Chapter 3: The Investigation. An autopsy was conducted the next day at the Royal Adelaide Hospital. The results were unsettling. The man's stomach contained a small amount of blood, suggesting he may have been poisoned. His spleen was enlarged and his liver showed signs of distress. Yet no known poison was identified in his system. There were no marks of violence, no stab wounds, no bruises, nothing to suggest a struggle. The coroner noted that his heart had stopped suddenly, but the exact cause of death remained elusive. Even stranger, the man's physical condition was impeccable. His teeth were perfect, with no signs of dental work, a rarity for the time. His hands showed no signs of manual labour, suggesting he wasn't a worker or tradesman. And his calves were unusually muscular, like those of a dancer, a runner, or perhaps a soldier. Some speculated he might have been a professional athlete, or someone trained for a very specific purpose. If this mystery has you hooked, show your support by liking this video, so YouTube knows to show it to other mystery lovers too. Chapter 4: Theories and Suspects. On the back of the Rubaiyat, investigators found a series of letters, a code. 5 lines of seemingly random characters written in pencil that defied all attempts at decryption. Military codebreakers, including some of Australia's best, were brought in to crack it. They failed. Even today, with modern technology, the cipher remains unbroken, its meaning a tantalizing mystery. This led to the first major theory. The Somerton Man was a spy. It was 1948, the height of the Cold War, and Australia was a key player in Western intelligence, hosting secret military projects like the Woomera rocket range. The man's lack of identification, the hidden note, and the unbreakable code all pointed to espionage. Was he a Soviet agent, poisoned by his enemies to prevent a leak, or a Western operative who knew too much, silenced by his own side? The espionage theory gained traction when investigators noted the man's physical fitness and the precision of his clothing, details that suggested training and discipline. Some even speculated he was connected to a Soviet embassy in Canberra, but no evidence ever confirmed this. The spy theory remains one of the most compelling, yet it leaves many questions unanswered. The Rubaiyat also contained a phone number scrawled in faint pencil. It led to a woman named Jessica Thompson, known as Jestin, who lived just a few streets from Somerton Beach. Jestin, a nurse in her 20s, admitted to owning a copy of the Rubaiyat, which she'd given to a man years earlier, but claimed she didn't know the Somerton Man. Yet, when shown a plaster cast of his face, she appeared visibly shaken. Some say she nearly fainted, though she denied recognizing him. This gave rise to the second theory: the Somerton Man was a jilted lover. Some believe he was involved with Justine, who had a child around the same time, a child who shared the man's rare ear shape and dental anomalies, traits that are often genetic. Did he come to Adelaide to confront Justine, perhaps hoping to rekindle a romance only to meet a tragic end? Was his death a suicide driven by heartbreak? Or did Justine, or someone close to her, have a hand in his demise? The third theory is simpler but no less haunting. Perhaps the Somerton Man's death was random, a suicide or an accidental poisoning. The code, the Rubaiyat, and Justine's reaction could be coincidences, woven into a mystery by our need for answers. He might have taken his own life using an untraceable poison and removed his labels to ensure his family was never linked to his death. But there's a darker possibility: organized crime. Adelaide in the 1940s had its share of underworld activity, and some speculate the Somerton Man was involved in a deal gone wrong. Perhaps he was a courier, carrying sensitive information, and was silenced by a criminal syndicate. The lack of violence on his body could point to a professional hit, someone skilled enough to leave no trace. In 2022, a breakthrough seemed to bring closure. Using advanced DNA analysis, researchers identified the Somerton Man as Carl Webb, a Melbourne engineer born in 1905. Webb had a history of mental health struggles and had separated from his wife years earlier, which might explain his presence in Adelaide. But the identification raised more questions than answers. Why was Webb in Adelaide? What was the code in the Rubaiyat? And how did he die? No records of Webb's life suggest he was a spy, a criminal, or even connected to Justine. The mystery endures, as haunting as ever. The Somerton Man case has left an indelible mark on history. It's been the subject of countless books, documentaries, and online theories, inspiring a new generation of amateur sleuths. It's also influenced modern forensics, highlighting the importance of DNA technology in solving cold cases. Yet, even with Webb's identification, the full truth remains out of reach. What do you think happened on that fateful night in 1948? If this mystery has you hooked, show your support by liking this video, so YouTube knows to show it to other mystery lovers too. Don't forget to comment with your theories. What do you think happened to Carl Webb? Was he a spy, a heartbroken lover, or simply a man who wanted to disappear? And be sure to subscribe to Obscura for more tales of the unexplained. Join us next Sunday at 5 p.m. BST for another journey into the unknown. Until then, keep searching for the truth.